Hello, and welcome in everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Skies and Flora. My name is Shaka, and thank you for being here and thank you for watching. As you will see from the title, it's just what do I need to know right now. So this is our weekly messages, so looking ahead from today, the 10th of July, all the way to the 17th. So just opening up the board, seeing what comes up and seeing what wisdom and guidance there is here for you today. So today I'll be using the Moonology cards, Oracle deck, just to get an overall energy. And then, as always, have three piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. So just in terms of just things to look out for this week, and just in terms of what I was channeling before I started recording. So really, I guess the main thing to look out for this week is the full moon in Capricorn, which is my sun's sign, and really quite a nice energy, considering we've had a lot of air energy, obviously with Gemini. Mercury's been in Gemini, Venus is about to enter Gemini, or is it already in Gemini? Anyway, but we're like, so there's basically a lot of planets in Gemini at the moment, or at least Mercury's just left. And then obviously we're in Cancer season, which is a very watery, fluid energy. And then we've got this anchoring of this full moon, and then also in the sign of Capricorn, obviously, which is a really strong earth sign, cardinal earth sign. And so this should help us to feel quite grounded. I'm not sure about you, but I've been feeling like actually in a really, really dreamy energy, which I put down to the fact that Neptune was retrograde in Pisces. So I just feel like I've been in this dreamy energy for about a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks now. So I'm hoping that this full moon in Capricorn just gives some anchoring, some much needed anchoring, just kind of a way to kind of reset the clock, know where we are. And so I was hoping that for you. So when I was channeling, I saw a little child, which I thought was very fitting in terms of all this Gemini energy, which is obviously, it's all about, you know, being very, very sociable, curious, entertaining, interested. It's very, yeah, like a very sociable sign. And then so you've had that in Mercury, so that's in the area of communication, but now also Venus, which is in the area of love and romantic relationships. And so if you have been, you know, maybe, you know, mingling and being sociable, putting things out there, then this is a chance to really anchor that in and really ground that in the energy of the full moon, particularly in Capricorn. So, right. Let's get into the readings. So again, you have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. As always, take a moment, just drop into your heart, and then connect with whichever pile. I also recommend sometimes looking at the other readings as well. Sometimes there's cross messages, often repeat cards are coming out. So once you're set, we'll begin. Okay, so pile number 1. Let's get you a Moonology card. I've shuffled all the cards already. So let's see. Overall energies, pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to know right now? Overall energies for the week, 10th of July. Please, Spirit. Let's take it. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, let me get another one, please, Spirit, for pile number 1. You know, something I always talk about, you know, staying power, staying with things, even when they get tough. That might be a relationship, that might be in the area of work, or maybe just something you've committed to, something you said you were going to do. You know, when we say, oh, you know, I'm going to give up something, you know, or I'm going to you know, or I'm going to start that diet or start that exercise regime, and then, you know, after a while you sort of like get out of the habit. It kind of feels like this. It's like something you've sort of promised yourself that I feel like would be very positive for you. Let's see, let me just get one more, please. All right, 2 more. You're very close to achieving your goal. Wonderful. A win-win outcome is... All right, so this is beautiful. So this is just, look, you know, you're nearly there, basically. Don't give up now. You know, your commitment's being tested, yeah? So sometimes, you know, we go through a little bit of a lull, you know, we go through, you know, especially, you know, we start off something and we start off with the best intentions, and then, you know, life and then, you know, you're just like, oh, is it worth doing this anymore? Should I, you know, should I even be doing this? You're kind of questioning that, and your commitment's being tested, and it seems like you're very, very close to achieving your goal, or very, very close to really seeing some real fruits of your labor. So really stick with it. Yeah, let's see what the cards say. Okay, pile number 1. What do they need to know right now? I can't take all of those. Well, you've got the 8 of Wands there, yeah? So that's luck, that's going for it, that's very soon as well. I feel like that's like, often that says to me timing. So that could be 8 weeks from now, yeah? You know, 8 of Wands is a very quick moving energy. It usually talks about timing. So you're very, very close. Very, very, very close. Maybe that's just the message you need. Let's see what else comes up. So Spirit, pile number 1, what do they need to know right now? Oh my gosh, just too many cards. I'm not going to take all of those cards. There's just too many coming up. Let's take this one. It's a cheeky one. Look, 10 of Cups, beautiful. Culmination. I'm not surprised to see a 10 here. All right, more please, Spirit. What does pile number 1 need to know right now? Queen of Cups, Hanged Man. Yeah, so something you've been waiting for, yeah? For a while. Let's see. What else, please, Spirit? Pile number 1. What do they need to know right now? So something that's very, very close to your heart. This is in the area of relationships. Let's see. Well, all right. King of Swords. Let's see. Clarify. All right. I've seen it. 2 of Cups. Oh, something behind it. 5 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so this looks like it's relationships, yeah? This looks like it's in the area of relationships. Let's see. Just 3 more, Spirit. What does pile number 1 need to know right now? You've got the 2 of Cups slap bang in the middle. You've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Let's see. Ooh, these cards really want to talk to you. Okay, so let's get 3 more. 2 more. Oh, look, and the 8 of Wands. Really wanted to come out. So it's just saying hang on in there. Yeah, hang on in there. Let me put these over here so I can... So you have the 2 of Cups. The 5 of Cups was cheekily behind it. I feel like that's the King of Swords energy. Let's see. 2 more, please, Spirit. Pile number 1, what do they need to know right now? Alright, that's 3, but still. Right, okay. Well, you got 2 kings on the board. Let me get into the energies. All right, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, Hanged Man. Okay, so this feels like Queen of Cups here is really the ultimate nurturer, really in a really feeling space. I feel like this is whoever's watching. I feel like this is your energy. So very loving energy. You know, been through a lot as well. Queen of Cups is, you know, has been on a journey. She's come a long way. You've got 10 of Cups, again, culmination. So I feel like this family life, if you're in a relationship already, this feels like something you've worked very hard at. If you're in a long-term relationship or have family, kids, etc., etc. But this is very important to you. So even if you're not already in a family, this family thing is something that you want. This is something very, very, very important to you. And then we have the Hanged Man here, which says that there's been some waiting. Yeah, some stagnation in this area. Really wanting a family, really wanting love, companionship. let's see. Let's get into the King of Swords. So as we know, you know, the King of Swords, you know, he isn't the warmest man in the deck. Yeah, he is, you know, very defended. You know, you see even in this suit, this is in the Witch's Tarot, you know, he's got a lot of armory on, and it doesn't surprise me that the Two of Cups came over the Five of Cups. So you see the Two of Cups is like, yeah, and then behind it is the Five of Cups. So it feels like that's to do with this king. So whoever this king is, you know, there's an emotional connection, but behind it is a lot of disappointment and sadness. I feel like this is the king's energy though, if I'm honest. You know, the reason why people are that defended, the reason why they act like that is because often they're incredibly vulnerable. And I always say this about the King of Swords. The reason why he's like this is because he's so vulnerable. Yeah? And underneath that, all of that armor that he wears is actually that soft part inside of him where there's been hurt, there's been disappointment, there's been sadness. And often these are the parts that people don't want to show. And when we're in intimate relationships, it's necessary. Yeah? And I feel like the Queen of Cups is someone who could actually really tease that out of the King of Swords, yeah? Because the Queen of Cups is very comfortable in this energy. And again, I always say this, swap around the energies. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a man, doesn't mean it's a woman. It just means these are the energies of the cards, yeah? This is a Queen energy, but this is the Queen of Cups. So this is very nurturing, very loving. And it feels like if there's anyone who can get through to the King of Swords, it will be the Queen of Cups. And you've got the Two of Cups in the middle, so there's definitely a connection here. And there's obviously been a delay. And maybe you're close to giving up on this king. Yeah, you're very, very close to giving up. You kind of had high hopes here for this relationship, and you've given up here. But here we've got a change, we've got a turnaround. Three of Cups. Coming back together, things coming back together. And the Star, healing. Now you have the King of Wands, yeah? So now you have a man in his fire energy. At least you've got some passion here. You know, King of Swords is very cool. Makes me think of blues and, you know, whites and turquoises. Very cool energy. King of Wands is all reds, oranges, yellows, fire energy, yeah? So this is really about, so you've got, you know, these two major arcanas. This is really about trusting, yeah, trusting in the divine. What's made for you will not pass you by. I think the key for you is whoever I'm reading for, who's holding this Queen of Cups energy, just keep holding that place of love and keep holding that place of tenderness and keep holding onto your vision of loving, happy family. It feels like this is very important. I know there's been a lot of patience here. Let me see. I just want to ask if it's the same king, because sometimes it isn't. I feel like it is though. Okay, so I feel like this is the same person. So this is someone who, you know, there's been, I'd say the King of Swords is someone who's quite hard to get through to, yeah? Someone quite hard to reach emotionally. But there's a lot of love here, and there's obviously a deep connection. So if this is someone you're already in a relationship, with a long-term relationship, a marriage already, or someone you're wanting that with, you know, it feels like it's been a bit of a rocky road. But you've got the Ten of Cups here, you know, and that's like the, you know, the rainbow at the end of it. And I wouldn't normally say that, but you've got a lot of incredibly positive cards here. You've got Eight of Wands, which tells me that's a quick turnaround, you know, in a matter of weeks, a reunion and a healing. And then you've got the King of Wands, who's just way more dynamic, way more flexible than the King of Swords. King of Swords is very rigid, very hard to reach, whereas I feel like with the King of Wands, now you've suddenly got a bit of dynamism in this relationship, yeah? With this, it's like here, it's like with the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords, you know, she pours in, and it kind of goes nowhere. You know, he just doesn't know what to do with it. You've got no sort of feedback, yeah? Whereas with the King of Wands now, there's like, ooh, there's a bit of an exchange here, yeah? So he's not a man in his cup, he's a man with his wand, yeah? But still, this is a man who can throw it back to you, yeah? There can be an exchange, there can be dynamism here in this relationship. And that's what gets the energy moving, and that's what creates polarity, yeah? And union, Two of Cups. Polarity, union, yeah? You bring two things together. It's beautiful when that happens. It's very special. So I think the message for you, pile number one, what you need to know right now is just hang on in there. You're very close. And there's a win-win. So if there has been, you know, falling out, if there has been a separation, or if there has been an argument, then it just feels like there is a way to resolve this where both of you will be happy. And a lot of healing here, yeah, with the Star. Allow the divine to come in. Yeah, what's made for you will not pass you by. So relinquishing some of that, staying in your heart space, and then just allowing divine energy to come through and create a lot of healing in this situation. And then you've got a turnaround. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. As always, I hope that resonates, and as always, please do let me know. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Okay, so welcome in pile number two. Let's get you some Moonology cards first of all. So pile number two. What do they need to know right now, please, Spirit? Let's get some Moonology cards for pile number two, whoever's watching. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Let's get some more. So again, culmination here. Tying up loose ends. Chapters coming to a close. But this feels positive though, yeah? Feels very positive. Here we go. Beautiful. Surrender to the divine and hold your vision. Conclusions are within reach. Lovely. I was thinking this feels like study. Let's see what the cards say. So if you're coming to an end of a course, or you're kind of coming, you know, round, like kind of coming to the end of something. Surrender to the divine. So it feels like you, or if something's coming to an end, you're sort of thinking, oh, what does that mean for me in the future? So if it's like a contractual job that you have, and then that's coming to an end, you're thinking, well, where's the next thing? And it's something that you're really passionate and interested in. It feels like just, you know, something's coming to an end, but it doesn't mean it's over, as in the vision and your path isn't over, yeah? So if you're wondering, if you're kind of worried about, oh, you know, something's coming to an end, and that means that I'm not going to be able to pursue that anymore, or things will change, it feels like, no, stay the course. It's just the form is changing. Essence hasn't changed, but the form is changing. So that's that surrender there. Full moon. Again, you've got two full moons here on the board and a fixed moon. So let's see what the cards say. All right, pile number two, please, Spirit. What have we got? Ten of Cups. How interesting. It's so interesting when these things happen. So I'd definitely suggest you watch pile number one, because the Ten of Cups came in exactly the same spot. Yeah, first card out the bat. Let's see. Nine of Pentacles. Reaping the rewards. Yeah, reaping the rewards. Let's have a look. Harvest. This is a time of harvesting. Full moon, yeah? Let's see. One more, please, Spirit. Oh, look, the King of Swords. Again, definitely recommend watching pile number 1. King of Swords came out in that reading as well. Let's see. Page of Pentacles, again, that's our student. Let me just move these here. Oh, I've done that. Very practical. Okay, that's our student. Let's keep going. Queen of Chalices. Well, that can't be any coincidence. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cards exactly the same as pile number 1. So this is the deepening of this story. Let's see, for whoever I'm reading for. 5 of Swords. Seven of Swords. 3 of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 9 cards, exactly the same as the cards in pile number 1. And very similar in that the essence is to surrender to the divine, hold your vision, and things are about to come to a conclusion. You've got a 10 here. Let's see. So I'm going to be honest, it's very difficult for me to read these cards without thinking about the first reading. So I'm going to read them in that light, and I'm just going to suggest to you to watch pile number 1 if this resonates as well. Because I really feel like I'm talking to the same story, but from a slightly different angle. So this feels like this is very much a little bit more detail about what's happened here between these two, which is the Queen of Cups and this King of Swords. So I feel like this King of Swords, so, again, very, very, it's interesting because the King of Wands came out in pile number 1. And you see he's got his little fire in the background here. So King of Swords is often very defensive, quite closed emotionally, often likes to use his head, but particularly, in relationships, approaches it in this way. And so I feel like in this line with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, so this is definitely a love relationship read, just putting it out there. This is a story between 2 people, and this is the story, right? I feel like this king has been basically wanting to harvest his pennies, yeah? So he hasn't been where he wants to be financially, materially, and wants this 10 of Cups, but hasn't felt able to really invest emotionally without having had his pentacle behind him, yeah? That's what I'm seeing here. And so, harking back to the reading in pile number 1, there's been delays here, yeah? There's been hang-ups, there's been difficulties in bringing this relationship together, this union together, yeah? And so here's the story of the Queen of Cups, center in the middle. There's been a lesson here for you with the Princess of Pentacles. There's been a lesson here about learning about yourself, who you are, how great, how wide and how big your love is. And also I feel like here, facing your own disappointments, yeah? Because sometimes, particularly when we're dealing with somebody who's quite emotionally closed, possibly hiding their own disappointments, it feels like this queen overcompensates, like spends a lot of time, you spend a lot of your time, whoever I'm talking to, whether this is the king or the queen, you can swap around the energies, but I feel like this queen here spends a lot of her time sort of managing, yeah, the feelings of this king, and actually what that's done is masked your own disappointments and your own hurts. And actually what you've been learning in this break, in this interim, is a chance for you to look at that, heal that, learn and grow from that. And I feel like that's been very positive, yeah? 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, you know, 3 of Cups. I mean, that's some really, really deggy behaviour. That's what I call deggy behaviour. Star on the bottom. You know, that's conflict, that's avoidance, that's lies, that's cheating. What I really feel here is, and I don't know who out of this couple this is, but one person out of this couple, I'm inclined to think it's the King of Swords, because obviously these are sword suits here. But you've got the 3 of Cups here, and then you've got the Queen of Cups. Well, what I'm seeing here is a kind of hedging our bets. So there's been some real deceit here. So there's been a kind of like, yeah, I'm investing here, but really you kind of hedging your bets elsewhere. Yeah, so not necessarily 3-party. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't really feel like any, like, because, you know, cheating or 3-party situation insinuates that there's like 3 different people in that sort of established relationship. That doesn't feel like that here. It feels like, you know, someone's just been, you know, like basically spreading their energy elsewhere, whilst also saying, no, I'm really invested here. So this is lies, cheating. So this is all that's happened. It's conflict, pride, you know. And this Queen of Cups being left out in the cold really have been like sort of really having to face the pain of that. Let me see. Let me get some clarifiers on this last line. So just get one card, please, Spirit. Hierophant. And then just clarify some more for this Queen, please, Spirit. I don't know, predominantly I'm talking to my Queens here. Ace of Pentacles. All right. Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. This is a new start for you. You know, moving away from any of this drama, moving away from that. That's not your portion, yeah? Ace of Pentacles, new start, new adventure, new opportunities for growth. And again, I want to say study. I saw it in these cards and I'm seeing it here again. You know, a chance to go, and this could be formal study as in, you know, go back to uni, college, university, whatever you want to say. But this also, or some kind of personal development. So it could just be learning in a personal development sense. But I actually feel like this could be, you know, going to do a course or going to learn something. You've got the Hierophant here. So if this is somebody that you're already in a relationship with, i.e. someone you're already married to, already have a long-term relationship, already committed to, I feel like this is, you know, this is the Hierophant is saying, oh look, these cards to turn over as well. 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. This really feels like this is, again, it's presiding, you know, the Hierophant, surrender to the divine. It feels like there's some divine orchestration happening here. And there's a little bit of surrender involved, a little bit of surrender, a little bit of focusing on one's own lessons. So this does feel like healing with the Hierophant, yeah? And normally, I'll be honest, if I see this combination, I'd be like, yeah? But here, I actually feel like there is hope here for this relationship, yeah? So although there's been a lot of deggy behaviour, I really feel like some really, you know, difficulty and, you know, really toxic, I would say, yeah, like really toxic behavior, but I'm really seeing here an opportunity to start fresh, an opportunity to do things differently. And again, particularly if this is someone you're already committed to. So sometimes it's not so easy to walk away when you're already in a commitment, and you have more incentive to do the work. And so I feel like, you know, conclusions are within reach. You know, you are getting somewhere, even if you don't feel like it, you are getting somewhere. Hold your vision. You know, if it's that 10 of Cups, you know, hold that. Really hold on to what it is you want out of this situation, what you want from this relationship, and really do your own personal work around that. And I feel like things will change, things will shift, things will move. You've got an opening, new beginnings, yeah? Hold your vision. So you have a very important role to play. You're not passive in this. And I think you've got to surrender whatever lessons this king has to learn. I think he has to learn them himself, in the same way you've had to learn your lessons yourself. To stop trying, you know, when you learn you can't get someone else to do it, basically. You've got to do it for yourself. And I feel like that shifts things, that changes things, then things look different. Okay? But I feel like there is healing possible here, a fresh start. Hold your vision. Okay? So, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope that makes sense. As always, do let me know in the comments. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Okay, my lovelies, pile number 3. Let's get a Moonology card first of all. So let's see what's in store for you for the week. What do you need to know right now? Okay, let's see. What have we got? Pile number 3. What do we need to know right now? I'm going to take the ones that turned upright. You're very close to achieving your goal. Confidence is the key to success. A time to give rather than take. How interesting. Ah, this is so interesting. Very, very similar messages to pile number 1 and pile number 2. I'm going to take them because they came out. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Hanged Man. Let's move these over here. Hanged Man reverse though, yeah? So maybe things are getting going. Let's see what else. Pile number 3. What do we need to know right now, please, Spirit? Lovely. Luck, Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands. Okay. Alright, things are getting moving. It's a bit spicy. Alright. So you have to fight for it a little bit. Yeah, it's really not a time for you to be... Oh, you know, I don't know. You know, it's not a time for you to be... you know, I really feel like you're having to stamp your authority on something in order to achieve your goal. Confidence is the key to your success here. Let's see. Power number 3. Alright, yeah, spicy. Something's going to have to shift. I don't know, like something's going to have to... let's see, 2 more, please, Spirit. Okay. Let's see. 8 of Wands again. Okay. 8, 8, and then the Temperance. Right. This is quite a clear message for pile number 3. This is basically, you are going to have to crack a few eggs to make your omelette, is what I'm seeing here. You know, sometimes when we want to do something, you know, you're tiptoeing around and sort of like, but you know, some people are maybe not going to like it, or it's going to upset a few people, and it just feels like you're going to have to crack a few eggs. Yeah, I think that if you are to get to where you need to go, do what you need to do, it's necessary. But you've got this Virgo, which is you know, a time to give rather than take, which means that it's not about being, you know, like just elbowing people out of the way and doing whatever the hell you want. And it's not that energy, but there is really a sense of standing up for yourself. You've got the Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles. This is really a lesson for you in terms of learning how to stand up for yourself, yeah? And learning not to be confused about that either, yeah? So that's kind of like, because this feels like, yeah, I know what I want, know what I'm about, and then someone, you know, sort of someone gets upset or someone says something to you, and then you're like, oh no, actually mate, and there's a questioning of yourself, you know, am I a decent person, am I a nice person, should I, you know, or this kind of self-questioning about putting your own needs first. And I feel like there's a lesson here, you're learning this lesson, yeah? You know, this Seven of Wands and Seven of Cups for me also is, you know, when I see these two together, it says that, you know, I'm not fully sure what I want, yeah? And when you're not fully sure what you want, you kind of get taken down roads that you might not really want to go down. And Seven of Wands is, you know, very much about like, you know, I've got a vision and I'm here to defend it. And you know, and you have to know what you want in order to be like, in order to be strong and really defend your vision, you have to know what you want. If you're in the Seven of Cups energy, which is quite dreamy, quite confused, sort of not really, you know, it's very not really a stable energy, then it's very difficult to defend that, yeah? So we have to know what we want in order to defend it. And I think there's something here about you getting really close to that, really locking that in. What do I want? And then having the guts to defend it and stand by it. Yeah, even if it upsets other people. So I feel like, you know, with this Hanged Man, again, you know, you know, if you're familiar with me as a reader here, you know I don't read reverse cards, but it really did stand out to me that the Hanged Man was upside down. I didn't think I noted it, yeah? And it fits in with the rest of this line, which is that things are about to get moving. I feel like you've held off for some reason. You held off, either you're worried about upsetting people, you're, you know, maybe afraid of change, or maybe you're afraid of that last push, you know, where that last effort, especially here, you're very close to achieving your goals. It's like, this is kind of like the last push, the last, you know, the last effort to get it going, and things are about to get moving. And this Five of Wands is about change. It's change, Wheel of Fortune, change. Like I said, a few feathers are going to be ruffled here. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And especially with the Tower, because, you know, the Tower is a truth bringer, right? And that's what I feel here. So I feel like you've got a special message, or you've got a special vision, or you've got something very unique and special to offer the world. And also, you know, particularly, you know, when I say that, you know, my work is about healing for a new paradigm, we're about building a new paradigm based on new principles, you know, based on this age of Aquarius, new principles around, you know, living more holistically and in unity and love and these things. And again, it doesn't matter where you're bringing this energy into your work. It's very important that you do so, and it kind of feels like that. So I just feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you've got a special, unique gift to bring into the world. And it feels like it's coming up against old paradigm, yeah? So maybe people that are thinking, you know, not able to think like you, not able to see this vision, not able to see the new world, who want things to stay the same. But the thing about the Tower is it's a truth bringer, yeah? So it can be very like, ah, you know, but, you know, it's only really scary for those who aren't seeking truth. Yeah, that's the only people the Tower can be scary for. And I feel like you're the truth bringer. I feel like you're the truth speaker. And you are here to shake the foundations in order, Ace of Wands, for something new to be born. Yeah, so something new to be born in the world. Six of Wands, you know, incredibly successful. Yeah, victory. You know, this is my hero's return card as well. So it's like, you know, we've had to go on a bit of a journey in order to get to this place where we can say okay and show people what the new paradigm is. And you have to be confident here, yeah? For you, I think the message here is just, you know, you're going to have to learn to stand by what you know, what you think, and really stand by it. And I know it's hard in this age where, you know, there's a lot of people talking, there's a lot of people saying a lot of things. But it's really about offering and, you know, the time to give rather than take. So you've got, again, it's a gift, it's service, it's a gift of service. You've got something to bring to the world. It's very, very important. And you've got the 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and the Temperance here. There's just these little clarifiers at the end. Yeah, this is really, you know, it's about change. Again, turnaround, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands, change, 5 of Wands, change, Tower, change, turn around, something different. It is going to look different. 8 of Cups, yeah, we're not going to go back to them. You know, it's not going back. We're going forward, yeah? Moving away from what you know ain't right. And that could be in the area of work, relationships. It feels more around life path than work, actually. It feels more about your life path. So if you're thinking about, you know, changing jobs, or you're working already in an organization, and maybe some things need to shift there around the culture or around the, you know, policies and things like that. And it just feels like, you know, something has to shift. Or you're walking away. I mean, it really feels like that. It either needs to shift or you're out of there. Yeah? And Temperance covering that tells me that's the right thing. Yeah, here, that's saying that's the right thing. In either needs to change or I'm out. That's really it. Yeah? Be confident. You're close to achieving your goal. You've got a special gift to bring into the world. This is not just about being selfish and getting what you want. This doesn't feel like this is about you so much. It also feels like this is an act of service. So, you know, sometimes, you know, we have to be a bit selfish in order to give, if that makes sense. So you have more to give when you really protect what it is that you offer and bring to the world. It's very, very important. Yeah. Just because you're in service, it doesn't mean you got to put up with nonsense. No, you don't put up with nonsense. You protect your energy so that you can bring your divine gift into the world. Yeah. And that's very much what this feels like here. It's very, very important. So don't be afraid to ruffle a few feathers. You're doing it for the collective. Keep going, keep doing you. We love to see it. And I'm going to leave it there. And again, thank you so much for watching. I do hope that resonates. As always, I always say, do let me know in the comments, and I will see you again next time.